Hello, my friends and friends of the friends, and people who visit my YouTube. It will be posted on YouTube as well as on Instagram. I have a candle with me. Today is February 18th. It's actually ending of the 18th, 2024. And yesterday, one member of my family passed away. It's my bunny Zoro. I have a picture of him here, but I will also put it on my video. That's Zoro. It's a big Flemish bunny. He was with me a little bit over 6 years. I adopted him back, I think in 2018, in the middle of the year. Me and my daughter, we went to the PetSmart to buy some food for birds and for my other bunnies. And I think we already had about 3 or 4 bunnies, and he was sitting in a cage. And if some of you know Flemish bunnies, they're giant Flemish, they're big bunnies, because mine they were small, right? Lion-headed dwarf. I have a couple of lion-headed dwarf. And I looked at him, and my daughter came. She's like, "No, mom, not another bunny." And I looked at him. I said, "Yes." She's like, "No, you're not adopting him." I said, "Yes, I will adopt him." And he looked at me, and we had that connection, when you just... Sorry, just like, let's have 30 seconds of silence in his memory, please. So, sorry, I'll be as natural as possible. I'm not gonna re-record this video because I think sometimes we're afraid of our emotions and we don't want to show our emotions to people. However, sometimes it feels like we live in the plastic world. And so I'm just gonna put this candle so my hands are free. And so what's interesting, I adopted him, and I remember how cool it was when he came to our house, to our place. I looked at his paper, because when you adopt an animal, they give you a little history, and apparently he was dropped by the shelter in a box and they left him there. And no wonder, he's big bunny, and they said he has a little attitude. I said, I love everybody with attitude. I have an attitude, so I have to take my hoodie. This is my hoodie with a little kitty cat. I'm just celebrating those that are in the spirits today. So that's my little bunny. So quick story. And when I brought him, my little bunny started to attack him. He's a male and he's big. Usually big bunnies are not as aggressive as little ones because they're big. It's like little people more aggressive than big people usually. Well, usually. Anyway, we started to live together. And then I remember when the COVID lockdown came, I have a video on one of my YouTubes where me and my bunny were playing chess. And he's smashing all the chess from the board, and he basically, I'm the winner. He was so special. He was basically like a mixture of dog and a cat and a human together. Like he would jump to me on the couch, on the bed, anywhere. My little bunnies, they don't do that. They like the ground. He would be just anywhere. I would take him on a leash to the park in the summer, and in fact he even survived twice. He got First, he ate half of the onion. He escaped to the kitchen and he found the onion, and I don't know why he found that so yummy. It was a raw onion. It cost me almost $2,000. I rushed him to the hospital. At night, it was like I think midnight or so. He had a diarrhea. Diarrhea for bunnies is basically deadly. And I was praying all night, crying, thinking. Then I was sending him positive thoughts and vibrations and all that and healing. And they called me in the morning and they said he's fine, he's stable, still not 100%, but he's getting better. And then the second time he had a diarrhea was last summer. I think he ate something outside. So, but bunnies cannot be sitting in an apartment all the time, right? Summer and winter, and so I choose places carefully. But you can predict and, basically make everything safe. It's part of life, right? Different experiences. So basically, he lived with us and he made everybody happy, and he wasn't predictable. He would jump on anywhere. He was basically like a mountain goat sometimes. And when his partner Bella, she was tiny, teeny little bunny. She was a dwarf also. I rescued her from one of the places supposed to be sanctuary, but when we got her, she was full of matted fur. And anyway, they got together. They got along pretty well, and they would sleep together. And then because she was living in such a bad condition, she had some I think it's called echinacea, something like that. Anyway, it's a virus that's slowly basically killing your immune system. So at some point Bella passed away, and that year in the spring I went to my mechanic, to the garage, fixed my car, and there were a bunch of kittens, and my mechanic said I didn't know what to do. And I rescued 2 kittens, black, and the other one was like almost like bluish gray. They call that Russian blue or something. I'm not sure if she's Russian blue, but anyway, beautiful 2 kittens, American short. And I brought them to make sure that I'm gonna find adoption for them. So I'm gonna, give them some shots of whatever I need to get and all that stuff. And then because Zorro was so sad about his partner passed away. By the way, bunnies, they grieves in such a extent that sometimes they stop eating. People just don't know it because they mostly preoccupy with dogs and cats. Now just go ahead a little bit. This video is gonna be probably about 20 minutes at least, so get comfortable, get ready, and it might be healing for you, the story about my bunny. And I got a message from him. He wanted me to feel better, and sometimes we feel better when we speak about that. And because I don't have my family here, and I don't want to overload my kids. They're in their own teenage world, so they know what happened. Anyhow, and so my bunny Zorro, he got attached to the kittens, and they start to sleep together. And he basically took them under his paw, like they're his mates, his buddies, his everything. And they become inseparable, especially him and the black kitten. They both cats are female, they still here. And he would even go and try to steal their food, so I had to buy a special guard, like they buy them for dogs, sometimes for children, to separate the entrance to the kitchen, because he would literally go and just devour and destroy everything. And I loved it about him. I still have some decks of tarot cards and some books about witchcraft that I chewed, like some pages are chewed. That's gonna be a forever memory about my Bunny Zorro. I don't know how old was a Zorro. Maybe a year, maybe less, maybe more. I don't know. Bigger bunny, just like bigger dogs, they live shorter life. However, he didn't die from the old age. And I'll tell you the story what what was the reason? So I think last year he had a problem to pee. I think I took him to the vet, and they found that there was a lot of like all kind of white stuff in his pee, and we took a sample. There was no calcium stone, so they said no, it's not a problem. And then everything was okay. And you know, with bunnies, like with any animals, when you have a small sign, you should act upon. So we also did blood test, and for bunnies, if you do x-ray or ultrasound, they like to sedate them, and bunnies are very sensitive to any sedation, and they can even pass away. So I said, no, we're not gonna do it. I'm just gonna watch and monitor. And in October 2023, I noticed that he wasn't peeing a lot, and he was just like I'm very intuitive with my animals, like, and I tell you, watch till the end of the story, I tell you more interesting facts about communication with animals. So basically, I was suspecting kidney stones maybe, or kidney in the urinary tract or something like that, or sometimes sludge. Bunnies develop that quite often, especially inbred bunnies when they breed them too much. And I found this herbal remedy. It's called chanca pedra. It's apparently grows in South America, in Mexico. And the literal meaning is a stone crusher. And a few months later, I think in November or December, I noticed he was peeing blood, and I said, uh-oh. So we did a blood test. The blood came perfect, normal, good. I don't know, unless the vets don't know how to read those numbers. I don't want to blame anybody. This video is not about blaming anybody. And basically, so I started to give him chanca pedra, and the blood disappeared in about a day and a half. There was no more blood, so I'm like, yay, you know, it's working. And mind that there is not a lot of studies or research on bunnies about their health, especially about like anything, because mostly people see bunnies as a food or as a object of like, they use them for a lot for fur industry, for coats, for winter jackets for hats. Back home, it was very popular to make hats out of the bunny fur. And when I was a child, I think I even used to wear one, which is like, I feel horrible about this now. But it was not my choice. It was my parents' choice. Anyhow, so that's why there is not enough studies on bunnies, on their health. I'm just having runes here, and I'm gonna talk about that in a second. So I was celebrating. I said, yes, it helps, it helps. And then I slowed down on chanca pedra. Without, obviously, I should have gone and taken an x-ray of my bunny. And he wasn't showing any signs or symptoms of that he's sick or something. We still would go on a leash, even most of the winter in Toronto in 2024, January and chunk of February, the first 2 weeks. There was no snow, and like was 10 plus 10 plus 12 plus 7. So it's a good weather for 20 minutes of walk in the park. And that's what we did, and he was jumpy and happy. And all of a sudden, a couple of days before he passed, he became kind of like not eating hay, and I'm like, that's not good, I have to schedule appointment, and I did. And you know, vet care in Canada, I mean, in most of, I think, Canada, States, Western Europe probably, well, I don't know, I didn't have any animals in Western Europe, but I'm talking about Canada, States, very expensive, and Canada is extremely expensive. And there is no insurance. You can insure birds, you can insure bunnies, you cannot. You can only insure a dog or a cat if they're kittens or puppies. And if they're over a certain age, they also might not gonna insure. So that means every time you visit the vet, it's somewhere from 400 to 500 minimum. So the visit is like 100 plus 140. That's just basic, just to look at your animal. And then the blood test would be 300. And then the x-ray about 450. And then if you consider any surgery, it starts at around 3,000. I'm a self-employed, make my own money, but like I have rescued pigeons, I have kittens, I mean kittens, cats, 4 cats. Another cat I rescued also recently. So without any complaining, I have to watch where the money goes. So my money usually goes rent, bills, food for pets, and always make sure that I have enough money for the vet bill. Always, always, always. So anyway, 3 days before he was gone to the Rainbow Bridge. And I kind of, this is so funny. A couple of weeks ago, I was supposed to see my daughter for a self-tape. We were supposed to do self-tape audition together for a project. And I brought my bunny, Zorro, with me to her apartment. My daughter is like, why did you bring the bunny? You should have told me. Nah, 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 nah. So anyway, made me very upset. Not upset, but kind of sad. Like, I mean, what the bunny, like, she grew up with that bunny, by the way. So she was like, bossy. And I'm like, well, first of all, he's not feeling well. Second of all, what if you're not gonna see? I don't know why I said that, like I said, I'm very intuitive and stuff. Anyhow, and I was right, because a week more than that, 10 days after, 2 weeks after he was gone. So we in the 17th of February, right? It's actually my younger daughter's birthday. She became 18. It's about 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, and I feel my bunny is not doing well. He got on the couch and his belly was down. And when the bunny belly down, like when you try to put them on their feet, and they kind of almost like falling. He wasn't falling, but I could tell that he was not doing well. Started to massage his belly, maybe gas something, and he was almost like, I never heard he was doing that before. And I'm like, he's in real pain. So I gave him pain medication, just in case, right, to minimize it. And I called our vet, the main vet, exotic vet, and I left a message. It was night, no emergency, far away, and they wouldn't be helpful at that point anyway. So I just dropped my rune that I wanted to show you right after I finished the story. So 3 in the morning, I started to make ironic writing on different pictures. I always have pictures of my animals. So these are they call them Russian or Slavic runes. I also work with Scandinavian runes, and I started to write and talk to different not spirits, but talk to different entities that usually help me. And I was even talking to death itself, and I said, please don't take him, like take a couple of years from my life, like sometime I do that, right? Because life is not about life is not a how should I say that? Life is not a marathon. It's not about how long you live. It's how proper you live, how much good you do. I think so. How much good you learn, how much love you give. That's, for me, it's the point of purpose and purpose of life. It's not about you live to 90 or 150. Right now, everybody talking about longevity. Now, it's not bad to live a long life if your existence has a purpose and meaning, and you're spreading love, and you help others to rise, help animals, love planet, love nature. Anyhow, close to 4 o'clock, he was just lying on me, and I brought a warm bottle, and I was like literally praying and asking all the powers, all the anyway, all the entities, call them angels, whatever. I was asking for help. I did Reiki on him a couple of times that morning, and He was just lying down on me and I was kissing him and I told him how much I love him. And I knew he's new. I knew he's new. And I had that, it was, you know, that strong feeling that you know what's gonna happen. And not because of his body language, you just like, I felt that presence of, you know, some American movies and some movies on Netflix, also some Korean series, they show how they, those visitors come, the visitors of like death, they're basically come to take the soul or spirit away. I just felt that it just, the whole room was filled with that kind of energy. And then I was kissing him, he was on my chest lying down, then I put him in, then he started to go into the agony. He's like, right, he was gasping for breath. And then I did the CPR. And then I did the CPR on him and mouth to mouth, and just like you do to humans. But I know for dogs and cats, it's possible to resuscitate. For bunnies, is almost out of chance because bunnies are prey animals and their heart is very fragile. So apparently he was going through a lot of pain, and apparently, I'm gonna say, but then I'll explain. So apparently his kidneys were not functioning properly, and then he was looking at me, and then he just passed. And I was still doing CPR for like, I don't know, 40 minutes maybe, just like, maybe just like to feel better inside that I did everything. No matter what we do and how we do, we always feel guilty about our loved ones, either our pets or I don't want to say pets, our animal companions, because he's my baby, and I know he might be even here somewhere in spirit right now. And so that night I cried and I cried and I cried and I cried, and then I slept with his body. Then the clinic called me in the morning. It was like 8:30 in the morning. It was like 3 hours since he was gone. Not him, his body was gone, but he was in spirit already. And I said, well, unfortunately, the Zorro is not longer with us. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry. Then I said I might take him for autopsy, because I wanted to know why he died. And I felt so bad because I should have gone months and months ago and did an x-ray for that money. Instead, can you imagine, I did the autopsy. And it's expensive, right? Because they have to open him up and then they stitch him down and check every organ. And then they said, well, if we're gonna do that, we have to cremate him. I said, no, you're not gonna cremate him. I want his body back because I want to bury him. And they're like, well, let us check. And they said, yeah, okay, that's fine. We're gonna do cosmetic. That's like $75 extra just to stitch him up. $75 extra. Ridiculous. Anyway, and then I went to the meditation, deep meditation, and I meditated, and I asked him, I said, why did you die? What was the reason? Did you have a cancer? Because I was kind of, I don't know, even though I treated him before that for the kidney stuff, but I felt like maybe it's, and he said, no, I had kidney stones. And I'm like, well, spirit knows, right? When the animal is presently in the body still, like his spirit is in the body, then they might tell, oh, my tummy hurt, or my paw hurt, or my back hurt, or my tail hurt. But when they're in the spirit, they know, because they have that bigger picture. And then I called the clinic again the same day, and I said, yeah, I'm gonna bring him for the autopsy. So they did the autopsy on the 18th of February, which is ending today. It's basically in half an hour will be 19th. They called me back, and before the doctor said anything, I said, was the kidney stones? She's like, yeah. She's like, how do you know? I'm like, well, I'm an animal communicator, And I spoke to my bunny, and he told me. She's like, oh yeah, she's like, nothing unusual, but I checked his kidneys, and one of his kidney was full of stones. And she said, I never seen so many stones. And I said, what's the reason? She's like, well, because they inbred. They bred so much that they develop this. It's very common for Flemish, for giant Flemish. For my little teddy bear. That's a teddy bear. So again, I'm trying to make this video more healing than crying, because I know a lot of people, when they lose pets, their statistics says that some people don't recover for almost a year. Some people try to adopt right away another animal to kind of cope with the pain. And I actually don't recommend that. I think you should grieve, and you should maybe you should wait for the spirit to come back to you by some kind of like unusual event. And I'm just waiting right now for Zoro to come back in another body. And I know it's gonna happen. I'm not gonna go for adoption. It's just gonna happen. Like I might just find a bunny in the spring, a baby bunny outside, right? Like, because people buy them on the Easter and then they throw them. They just buy them to entertain the children, and then they throw them. It's like, oh, bunny needs to go to the woods. That's unfortunate. But anyway, so then what happened is I took a course of animal communication on the same 18th. Can you imagine? Like, in one day, my life just like went upside down. And I was watching this lady, this woman. I'm gonna put her name down below, her YouTube channel. She speaks Russian, but she's perfect in English because she translates a bunch of books about spirits, about traveling after death, about people coming after that, about people communicating with animals, and animal communicators. And she said that it's very popular in America, in North America. And I said, well, I know, because but I never took it seriously, because a few years back, one of my other bunny passed away, and I was so devastated. Somebody gave me the number, and I paid like $150 for like, I can't remember, it was like over $100 for like half an hour consultation. The lady asked me the animal, what type of animal, then she asked the name, then she asked so she was basically, it was like, I felt like she didn't really know what she was saying. And then what happened is, she's like, oh, I just see him, he goes to the light. I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh, he loves you so much, and he tells you that he's happy now. I'm like, that's very basic. That's like, you'll have to be animal communicator to say that. So it's really pissed me off, and I said, well, those people are just like scammers. But guess what? So the funny thing is, sometimes we have the same ability. Everyone has that ability of communicating to loved ones, to spirits. Most people just been programmed not to believe in that. And other people, they think they are hallucinating, or they know something, but they're trying to push it away. It's like, oh, no. The world will think I'm crazy. My family will think I'm a cuckoo, right? And that's the problem. And only few people that I actually have, not the ability, but they allow that door to be open wide, because they understand how much knowledge, how much power they possess in that. And again, anybody can do it if you expand your consciousness, expand your mind. And so this morning, last night was, so on the night of the 17th, I took the course. I went on just online on Google, and I like animal communicator. And some animal communicators will charge you hundreds and sometimes thousands of dollars to teach you how to communicate. And I found this website, Udemy. It's Udemy. I'm not making anybody's famous, so I'm not trying to advertise anybody. But I know it's a good platform, and people, they make money there, I think, on the quantities, meaning they give a good content, but so many people sell that they can literally sell for $20 same thing that you'll buy for like thousands of dollars. So I noticed it was like $69 animal communicator level, no, I think basic or level, no, basic, yeah. I said, okay, well, let's see. So I clicked on submit to buy, and then boom, it came to like $20 plus tax. And I'm like, so it says discount. I'm like, well, that's fine. Either way, I'm $60 or $20. It's not something to talk about. So I purchased the course right away. I jumped on the course. I did meditation. I did this and that. And then the lady, very interesting what she did. She gave a picture of her, a couple of her cats. One is alive. The other one passed away. And she said, okay, this is the animal. This is the picture. So I have to have a picture of the full face with both eyes looking directly at the camera. And she gave the age. So you have a picture and an image. You have an age and you have a name. Name is important. I think name is more important than age. Age, like, who cares? Age is just a number. So anyway, and then she said, before you click next to see the answers, here's the questions. What's the favorite place for example, for my cat to sleep? What's the favorite treats? What do I see from the window when I'm sitting in the kitchen or something, or dining room? And she's like, now using the knowledge and using the modality, and there's no modalities, like basically you meditate, you do a couple of different meditations when you're like in the theater and it's dark, and you do all the numbers based on the chakra colors. So you do red, orange, yellow, green, turquoise, blue, purple, and then boom, boom, back. Then you come out to the field. So anyway, it's a technique to quiet down your mind and to start concentrating. And very important, what I realize in intuitive reading and intuitive connection with anybody, any spirits, it's to stop predicting, stop trying to say, stop trying to guess, basically, and actually listen with an open heart, open mind. And I think it also applies in our life, in everyday life with people, not only with spirits. So anyway, I did that. And I keep hearing my body. He's like, Mom, I'm okay. I love you, Mom. Please don't cry. And he's like, keep saying that, right? And this morning I woke up. I had a tough time to sleep because I slept on the couch where he passed away. And today I was supposed to pick up his body, and I did. They put him in a box. I still didn't look because I'm going to wait for 3 days and then I'm going to bury him. Still don't know how, because it's winter and the ground is quite hard, but I'll do my best. I really didn't want to cremate him. I think the animal is supposed to touch the ground. And get one with the earth. Let's put that way. So in this morning, I asked runes. And guys, one of my channel, I do all about runes and witchcraft, esoteric, mediumship, and all that stuff. And some of you, if you know runes, so I said, what is my bunny doing right now? What is my bunny doing right now? And it came, I don't know if I should put this way. No, this way. This rune called Birkana. So Birkana is rebirth. Can you imagine? So I ask, where's my bunny now? Like, where's his spirit? And it shows rebirth. So sometime animals, not sometime, all the time, but sometime animals want to come back to you so much that they're ready to reincarnate immediately. And so by the providence, and they know you will find them. Maybe it's going to be adoption. Maybe somebody's going to bring you, we found this bunny and we know you love bunnies. Like, here's the bunny. Anyway, Berkana, right? The second room, then I said, well, okay, rebirth. So what's all this about? Like, can you please explain? I'm still asking the runes, right? And then next one came Keno, Okinawa's Keno. So this rune is about desire to live. It's about living energy. In healing, we use that to rise the blood pressure or give you energy. So it's energy that want to manifest. Can you imagine how interesting? And then I said, so what type of animal is he gonna choose? What type of body of animal? And the third rune came, an empty one. so that basically he's still choosing. He's still choosing. Now you can think it's all this crazy, but guess what? He came to me in meditation in spirit, and he said he had a kidney stones. And I was, when he passed away, when he was gone, I was, my inclination was that he probably had a cancer, because it was like kidney stones. So I'm not a vet, I'm not a doctor. I study a lot, I do a lot of research, but I'm more intuitive than anything, and I think that sometimes, and the doctors sometimes don't know, right? Because my vet said it could be cancer, it could be this, it could be that, and it is very sad. It is extremely sad, because if I only, it's like I said at the beginning of the video, if I only knew, if I only could, if there is that if, I don't like that if. So anyhow, this is Zoro. Send him your love. He's on some of my videos of, I have another YouTube channel. It's called Bunnies, Birds, Cats Funny Compilation. And it's just all about my animals, their life. There's another bunny there, Bunny Wilma, brown bunny. She also passed away in the summer from a profound diarrhea. The vet didn't know any better, and they gave her wrong medication. That's what happened, right? Extremely, extremely sad, especially when they make a mistake. And again, was it that a plan of that soul, of that bunny, of the soul of that bunny? Perhaps. But I know sometimes we have a second choice. We as a conscious, we as it doesn't matter, bunny, bird. So I hope this video made you more elevated. So contact me if you want, ask questions, comments. Please keep it friendly. Be mindful about what you write. I'm waiting on the Zoro to come back in a different body, in a different type of animal, or maybe in the same bunny. I mean, in the same body of animal, in the same body of a bunny, but like different body, but the same species. That's what I was trying to say. So I'm just like, I'm still everything is very fresh. It's like, when you make a cut, and then every time you wash your hand, you feel that cut, and it takes months and months sometimes for your cut, especially when it's on your hands and you keep washing dishes, washing your hands, or taking shower. That cut is still fresh, and it's bleeding each time. So what I'm trying to say, that animals are communicating with us, spirits are communicating with us. And if the more we cry, sometimes we make them stuck, because they feel our pain, they see us, and they're like, okay, maybe I'm just gonna stay and just watch, maybe, like, so that's, try not to do that. I mean, I will still gonna cry for, I don't know, a few days, few weeks, but I'm not gonna be like weeping, crying, scream. I calm myself. So you still need a release, right? Release and relief. So that means you still need to let, it's a natural process of healing. I like to play tough, but as tough as I am, healing is very important. Otherwise, you're gonna go crazy. So this is the end of the story today. I was trying to talk about runes today, about something else, and for a couple of days I didn't post any videos about any witchcraft, esoteric, and runes. But today we covered 3 runes, and we covered the life of this beautiful bunny. He'll be on this video I put, when I put this video together. I put some of his pictures. He's the sweetest bunny. I mean, all bunnies as well, animals are so sweet. They're so sweet. All we have to do, we just have to give them love, so much love, because they don't live as long as us. And even though there is a spirit world, and apparently believe they're a much better life, this is just like a little blink of an eye, this life, for everybody, for animals or us. But I feel like I'm mostly working from home, and so sometimes I feel that I still didn't spend enough time with him. Like sometimes I'm on the computer or on the phone for like hours talking about some nonsense with some friends or whatever. or argue with somebody, instead of just like hug your pet, kiss him or her, tell him or her how much you love him, feed them the best food, don't feed them junk, love them, cuddle with them. If you don't work from home, not everybody work from home, right? Make sure you always leave, like for my birds, what I do, I always leave an iPad with animal sound, with a bird sound. Sometimes I just keep like there is like forest and birds singing, so always plenty of fresh food, good fresh water as well. And for my bunnies too, and my big bunny Zoro, he had cats friends. He always cuddle with them. They used to groom him. I also have video of that. It was amazing, and it's funny, in the last maybe months or two, I was, each time I would hug him or we would cuddle, or I would like sit and meditate to do something, he would come, put his head right on my lap and just lie down and just, like dogs do. And you just pet him and he would sit like that for until I have to like either go to sleep or go cook or wash or clean or whatever, we're always like busy doing some other stuff that we think more important. But animals are everything for us, and we are everything for them. In their life, we are everything. We are their world. So give them so much love, please. Whatever animal you have, bird or dog or turtle or fish, make sure you spend enough time. If you'd work, make sure your animal has at least animal companion. If it's a dog, maybe it's a cat with him. If it's a bird, there's another bird. If it's a bunny, has another bunny. I know it's like more bills, more food, but imagine if you're locked in an apartment for like 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. You have no entertainment, just some stupid toys around and walls around you. Animals get very sad and very depressed, and in fact, it's shortened their life and gives them a lot of sicknesses. As you know, a lot of diseases come from depression and stress. This is main cause. It's lower new immune system, and then everything else falls apart, right? So for my bunnies, when I leave, they have also TV with animals and some either very gentle music, something, so that they don't feel alone. But I try not to be more than 4 hours away. So this video is about love, animals, compassion, and it's about communicating with spirits. I hope you liked it. I'm sorry that my entire face is swollen, my eyes like this, but it's natural, okay? And I'm not shy to show my weak part. It's natural. It's part of our life. Life and death go together, as you know. And I believe I will meet my Zoro soon again. Sorry. Yeah. Oof. And I will make the video when we will meet with him again, when he's gonna get another body. Hopefully he will come back to me. Well, not hopefully, I know. I just know. When you know, right? Like yeah. So my last advice is love your animals again. Please love your animals. Feed them right. Take them to vets when they need to go on not when it's emergency. And always put aside money that's in case for whatever. Always have that. I don't want to say emergency fund, because if you're planning for emergency will happen, because we create our realities. But just like always have enough money, so you're not struggling, because I know so many people, they only take the animals when they're actually like dying, and that's not good. Okay. To be honest, I spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars each year on my pets, on my animal companions, and I do not regret, because they make me happy, they make me alive, they make me get up in the morning, cook for them, make food. Well, especially for cats, I cook for them. I make a lot of home food for them. Eat a lot. Well, I'm vegan. I eat a lot of veggies, buy a lot of greens, and although my kids grow up and they don't live with me anymore, but it makes you feel that you need it, like they need you, they 100% rely on you, on their fresh water, on their food, on your love, on everything. And the second, well, not advice, a wish for you, it's meditation, mindfulness. Mindfulness is everything. Mindfulness is not just sit still and just it's not about that. It's about letting go junk from your head and start to listen to the universe, to your higher self, to your heart. And sometimes you'll be surprised, or somebody might surprise you saying, "Hi, I'm here." Like maybe those are your passed away relatives. Maybe they are passed away your animal companions. Okay. So I'm gonna bring this candle again. Oh, it's actually, you know what, the candle for some reason stopped. I don't know. Maybe the whiskey is not good, but whatever it is. Thank you for listening to my I don't know how to monologue. Well, it is a monologue, but it's all came from my heart. It's all natural. It's all vital, and I believe this video will help so many people. So if you know some animal communicators and they're good, contact them if you want to talk to their spirits. Or if you don't understand the behavior of your cat, dog, bird, whatever, other animals, try to communicate with them. Taking a course of animal communication, I think if you are animal, like pet owner, if you have animals in your house, I think it's very valuable. You get a lot of values and a lot of hints and stuff, and it will also help you to open your heart and to expand your consciousness. And that's what we're here for. That's what we're here for, to open our consciousness, to open our heart, and to understand that we are all one. We just, like, sometimes I even think, I might be wrong, I might be right, sometimes I think that all my animals that ever been living with me and ever gonna live with me, and they are living right now, that are chunk of my piece of my soul, and I just split it myself. I made that agreement or contract that I will be this pigeon, and I'll be this parrot, and I'll be this cockatiel, and I'll be this cat, and I'll be this dog, and I'll be this bunny. And then we all get together at some point, and we're gonna share the experience. So maybe it's like that. Or I know one thing for sure, that animals teach us love, unconditional forgiveness. And this bunny Zoro taught me so much, and I even decided finally to take a real course of animal communicator, to become an animal communicator, and to realize how much internal power and how much knowledge I can get talking to spirits, which I always did. I was just like, there's always, voice of doubt. It's like, no, maybe it's not that. Anyway, I love you all. Thank you for watching to the end. Thank you again. And be with your animals. Love them. Take care of them. And when they're gone, don't think they're gone. They always in their spirits. They always either somewhere or they want to come back to you. Okay? Thank you.